Yo, welcome to the Irregular Chatter podcast. You've got me, Alex and Soji Knight. Let's go and let's do this.
I think the only clause there is just authoritative government. Sure. That's the only thing I say
Okay, the,
because
the thing is, China saves a lot of money on doing research and development. They just steal a
okay,
lot of shit.
that's one. Sure.
So, and then they have some kind of laws code that makes it very difficult to actually test the quality of some of their things. Like because, okay, there are parts of China that don't even fit out. Then the fact that the government can just come to your house with a gun and be like, oh, you that house over there. It's another thing.
That's another thing. Sure. So like the
So,
labor in the first place of is
belongs to the
like a
state,
lot of the
not you.
labor. So yeah.
And they are very low paid. Like there are people that are earning like $1.50 a day.
If not less. So there are probably people that are working for free or else
Yeah.
they'll die. Stuff like that.
And then there are people that if you check, so they don't even want to do this. What do you call it? Okay, like because like there is some places they're using slave labor, and then things like health insurance, and then like this basic minimum workplace safety they don't have. So like some people are overworked, and there's no like you can't come and complain. They'll just keep. And then you'll quickly get replaced by somebody else. And that kind of goes for everybody because from the most powerful politicians down to the person working in a quarry, you are the same in the eyes of the law. So, and their life is just jaga jaga because, okay, like plate number now, for example, for their cars, the last number of your plate number determines the days of and drive. So,
What?
You can't drive every day in China, like even if you own a car.
This is the real thing.
Yeah.
Wait, the last number on your plate number, the last number on your plate
determines the days of the
your
week.
license plate.
Yeah, determines the days of the week that your car can actually drive on.
Yeah, that's insane. Like that sounds unreal.
Yep.
Like so, if you have to go somewhere on a Tuesday and you're not permitted to drive on a Tuesday, then you have to
go and find bus. Yeah.
Madness.
So most times when people target when people target China as example, they're always a very poor example.
No, but like all that is there, well that's the explanation for definitely why you can kind of qualify this thing. It's just cause man, like there's no human rights there. There's lots of violation of human rights and then there's standard way of living. There's lots of violations. That's why they can possibly I saw that a lot of companies are actually leaving China too. I was reading that there are a lot of US companies have actually up and have started leaving China in the midst of all this coronavirus speculation and pandemic and all of that.
The thing is, this coronavirus has it has exposed the whole reliance on China to a very good extent. Like, it doesn't make sense that like your entire country, your entire like infrastructure comes from another place. Like medical equipment is made in China, medicine is made in China. Like the drones, like everything is just so now. Because the thing is, if those factories were here at home, it means that all they would have had to be doing now is struggling with ramping up production. So rather than the way things are, they would have just ended up maybe needing to hire more people to get the factories running more. But then since it's coming from China, and China is like, okay, we also need these things. So China blocked exports from their country for a while. So things like masks, all those PPE gears, face shields, and all those things that they were lacking here, gloves, all those because China did not allow them export it. Even if it's an American company that makes it, China is not allowing them export it from China. So and it was kind of like a two-way chess match. Like they blocked export of all those things, then China now started donating those same things, small people.
Looking like the good guys. Kind of project like the good guys.
They're like, okay, we're helping out. And I'm like, okay, wait, I gave you money now. I gave you 500 million to give me $500 million worth of gloves. And then you don't let me buy my $500 million worth of gloves. Then you carry 50,000 and give me. And like, who are you helping? Like, are you really helping me? Because for the most part, if your money can solve your problem, half the time, you don't need a handout. And people will actually prefer to not owe anybody than to owe such a big thing over such a small thing. So, like, it's kind of making... And then China has a lot of practices that just goes against a lot of things. Like when it comes to things like privacy, for example, like they have very, very poor privacy. They want to spy on everything. So you are building a phone in China and then they are trying to put spyware into the phone. I don't know if you heard this story. Like they built the African Union building for Africa for free, but then they bugged the thing up the wazoo. Like
Wow.
it was funny. Like it was the IT guys that even noticed the thing by mistake. Like you notice that one day, like every day, like around like 2 o'clock, a whole chunk of data is uploaded, and he did not set that kind of thing to be happening. So it was then they now came and did like and then realized that these guys bugged the hell out. So it records and stores stuff and just keeps it. Then in the around that 2 a.m. when everybody's probably not people are sleeping, then it will now upload all those.
Can you imagine? Like those guys are just sneaking motherfuckers.
And there will be like there's still so much intellectual property. It's just like Lord.
Like, and what's even just paining me is that Africa is going to be the last continent to get their eyes open and stuff because China has so like their tie with Africa it runs so deep.
Yeah,
like roads,
China owns a good chunk of Africa now, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And because like America now, like okay, their eyes are getting old and then they're uprooting a lot of business in China and then they're even stopping a lot of Chinese business and practicing like I read that they just delicensed and China Telecom from practicing entirely in the whole of US. So China Telecom is not even there. We all know that they've been fighting so well. And then there's stuff like that they are trying to bring back all the manufacturing jobs to the US. And then other countries too are going to start following suit because amidst this pandemic now, it has kind of shown that, okay, China is really, really, really doing some unlawful things and they are even still being coy about it. So other countries like the UK and then countries in the Europe, they are trying to kind of find ways to cut and reduce ties. But in Africa, is a lie. Nobody even knows anything. Government doesn't care as long as tell them that's cheaper labor. And then they can give like very, very aggressive competitive price to practice business here. And the African government doesn't even send, just like come in. And it just for me, it's just very problematic because it's just leading to the demise more and more of the continent and giving China this very strong. And one thing I even feel is, like, even with all the businesses leaving China, now the thing is, do you think China is self-sufficient enough to become a superpower, even if America uproots all of its operations in China?
I would say so to some extent.
It is now.
Like, there will be kind of as superpower as, like, Russia can be, so to speak. Like,
Russia is not a superpower as America anymore.
Nobody is a superpower as America. Like, nobody is close. The thing is,
China,
I'm saying
China is the closest, though.
Yeah, but even they itself, like, it's not as if, like, when you start comparing on any extent, because the thing is, America is able to project all the amount of military might they can project, whilst having their citizens live very good lives. Someone like Russia now, for example, can project a good amount of military might, and that's not saying it's all that great because still minuscule compared to America. But then the entire population is very hungry. The same thing with China. Like, they've been having some improvements in a lot of areas, mostly because of like big stuff. But still, like, in order for them to move, like, to have as good a military America has, then their people are going to starve to a good extent too. So, like, it's a balancing game for them because their government needs their people to love them. So, for as much as they encroach on human rights, like, there's a limit to which they do it to play the game they have to play. So this kind of is slow and steady thing. And this coronavirus did not help their matter at all because it exposed a lot of things.
At all.
Like, before, it kind of used to be like US shouting. In fact, I don't even say US. It used to be like Trump shouting, okay, China bad, China bad. And then the whole of the EU and the rest of the US be like, you racist, you racist, you racist. China no bad, China no bad, China no bad. But then now everybody was now put in a situation where, okay, let's see whether China good or China bad. And then it now turned out that being good is a lot of work, and they were not up to the task. So now people are starting to have to rethink a lot of, like,
like, the funniest thing is, like, Trump is actually talking about a lot of things everybody was railing on him for in the past. Like, this whole China thing now, it's just a home run for him. Complete home run. Things he was talking about from his campaign, China, China. And then it turns out that China, they're actually those guys. When people are shouting phobia, racism, and all that stuff, and apparently, like the Chinese are actually that terrible.
Yeah.
Like they are.
If no war safe.
As in, actually, if no war. Guy, I was even seeing that wet markets are opening again in China as they lifted lockdown. It's like, what the fuck? Man, I didn't mean to swear. But like, what is wrong with these people? Like, what is it that they don't understand? Honestly, Trump should not have stopped calling it the Chinese virus. They should have let that thing spread like that. Like, all this whole sensitivity thing that people are always doing, like being offended, like it's offensive. Like, that's one of the things that doesn't even make any sense at all. Like, I mean, call it Chinese virus. Let them hear it. Let it pain them. Like, what the hell? Which one is coronavirus? When you're infecting the whole world, like the whole world, you said the whole world back by like what now? Like such a large margin. And
You
then
heard
want
how they were
everybody to still be
treating
playing
black people
nice.
there, cool. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this clip from the episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We end up uploading everything as a full episode, maybe like 2-3 hours long. So you can enjoy this on Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. Just, we just put it out there, just have fun and, just talk about random stuff. So if you enjoyed this, share this with your friends, subscribe to our channel and, talk about us, just spread the word. Thank you very much.